Grab you somebody and tell them, say, neighbor, I don't have time to testify about everywhere I've been, all I've been going through. Talk to them. Tell them, say, but all you need to know is that it was you. Pulling me through. A couple of months ago, I was in a courtroom and my son worked for the United States Postal Services, and they wouldn't let him off for anything, Bishop. They wouldn't let him off for nothing. He had doctor's appointments, dentist appointments. They wouldn't let him get off. So 2 of his friends were killed in a car accident coming home from college, and he wanted to go to the prayer vigil that they gave at his high school. And so because he knew they wouldn't let him off, he threw away some, how many of y'all get those coupons in the mail? Coupons? Anybody get coupons in the mail? And half of y'all throw them away anyway, right? So he threw them away, and he went on to be at the prayer vigil. About 2 weeks later, some inspectors came and said, listen, you know what this is? He said, yes, I do. He said, well, you know where we found it? He said, yeah. He said, well, you got 2 options. You either can get your union reps to fight this, or you can resign. For every time your union reps fight it, we're going to put that much more money into getting you prosecuted. So we go to the courtroom, and the maximum penalty for this is 5 years. 5 years. 5 years. 5 years. And I'm sitting in the courtroom, and I'm looking at my son standing next to this person right here who robbed a bank, and 40 years, over $250,000 fine. This lady right here selling drugs, $1 million fine in 80 years. And he gets to my son, and he says, you know what? I'm gonna come back to you. I'm gonna come back to you. Skips over him and goes to a person that was deported out of America and came back and got caught. And so he said, $250,000, you're gonna pay it back. You go into the penitentiary and you're gonna pay it back. And if you come back after we put you out, you're getting back in there. And so he dismissed them, and he said, you know what? I'm going to sentence you, and I'm going to give you your the judgment. And so he says, who is that in the back? And my son looked back there. He said, that's my father. He said, somebody's been praying for you. Was you? And he said, and somebody's been covering you. This is the judge talking. Somebody's been covering you. He says, I tell you what I'm going to do. Your crime does not fit the time. He says, first thing I'm going to do is bump this 5-year sentence from a 5-year sentence all the way down to a 6-month probation. It was you. It was. And then he said, I'm going to, this really blessed me, because how many know our black men who get these felonies, they can't find jobs. That's right. They can't, come on, they cannot find work and good jobs. He says, I'm going to knock this from a felony all the way down to a misdemeanor. But this was the ticker, y'all. He said, and because you brought that man with you, he said, I'm going to stamp it as time served. It was you. concern or an issue like I did pressing me. But I dare you for the next 60 seconds to reach for God in this part of the service. In this part of the service. In this part of the service. And it may not have been your child, but what I want you to do is I want you to bless God for every situation he's getting prepared to pull you through. And some of you need A flat. Some of you need A flat. But all I need is a memory of what he's done for me. Come on, open your mouth right now. It was you. It was you. Pulling me through. I wish I had somebody say, yeah. Yeah. It was you. All right. Was you? Pulling me through. It was. Sit your neighbor down and tell him, I've learned. Grab him by the hand and sit him down. To depend upon his